My initial mole was right here on my arm, and they ended up having to take quite a bit of tissue out there. Got a big scar now, so yeah, it was right here.
In 2005, doctors removed a cancerous mole from Carrie Adams' arm. She was 26 years old.
Then the next year, went back for the next annual PET scan, and there was a spot on my lung. As soon as it came back, I knew that it was serious and that, that statistics were not good.
It was melanoma, one of the most aggressive cancers. And when it spreads in the body, the average life expectancy is 9 months.
I almost kind of shut down socially, sort of, because I really didn't know what was going to happen.
After surgery and chemotherapy, new lesions emerged. Her options were dwindling.
And I had been told that with melanoma that the best thing to do really is to try to get on a trial.
For decades, clinical drug trials had yielded minimal benefit for melanoma patients. But a new drug, targeting a genetic mutation associated with the disease, had shown dramatic results in lab testing. Roche Pharmaceuticals was funding the development of the drug, codenamed PLX 4032.
Like any other clinical trial that's the first time in humans that a drug's being tested, it takes quite a while to safely and methodically evaluate the drug.
At the University of Pennsylvania, Dr. Keith Flaherty was leading a team of oncologists from across the nation in the study. As with all phase 1 trials, his primary focus was evaluating the drug's possible toxicity in humans.
It is always safer if you take people who have, in this case, metastatic cancer, but the least amount possible, and who are not at all ill from it.
Okay, puppy dog.
You would have the easiest chance of judging exactly what the drug does and doesn't do in terms of side effects.
Ms. Adams was a good candidate for the drug. Though her melanoma was spreading, it had not yet affected her health. But it was different for Chris Nelson.
He had lost 80 pounds. He had no energy, couldn't really walk. When you're going through that, you really can't imagine the grasping for anything.
When his wife Charlene brought him to Dr. Flaherty, Mr. Nelson was barely conscious.
He was very jaundiced, and he was very weak, and he did not look like he should have gone on to a clinical trial.
Dr. Flaherty thought he was too sick to participate in a phase 1 trial, with a drug in its earliest stage of development.
You expose people to doses that you feel very, very confident are not going to be harmful, and you hope could still be helpful, but you don't know because you simply don't know how the drug's going to behave in people.
In its earliest incarnation, patients were unable to absorb the drug, and the first 25 participants eventually died from their cancer. But Carrie Adams did not know this.
I'm a horrible pill taker, so the first few times just took me, 30 minutes to take them all.
By the time she began taking the drug a year later, Roche had reworked the formula. She was given a more potent dose. And for 2 months, Ms. Adams took 28 pills daily. Then she went to her doctor for the first CAT scan results.
And he comes in and he says, okay, I think I've got some really good news for you. And I was like, okay, what is it? Just so excited. He said that the scans showed a significant shrinkage in the size of all of the lesions. He said, I think we found the right drug for you. I think, that we can look at this long term.
She was not alone. Across the country, the phase 1 PLX 4032 patients were responding. What the responders shared in common was the same genetic mutation fueling their cancer.
If you have a certain key mutation in your cancer, the cancer actually comes to depend on that mutation for its survival.
But as scans came back clean, it appeared that Dr. Flaherty's team had figured out a way to reverse the effect of the mutation. PLX 4032 was outwitting melanoma.
As far as the radiologist was concerned, they saw no evidence of disease. So they had, it's just amazing.
But time was running out for Christopher Nelson.
They weren't going to put him on, and I just went there and begged and pleaded, this is the last chance, get us on this drug.
Charlene was desperate. She brought her son to the clinic.
You take a look at the kids and you say, we got to do something for this guy. We got to help this guy.
But beyond the health risks, there was something else. Dr. Flaherty knew that Mr. Nelson could jeopardize the drug's development. In spite of the other dramatic responses to the drug, if even one patient deteriorated, the FDA could delay its approval for months.
However, this is a therapy that is for cancer patients, and there really isn't a reason to protect drugs from people to produce results that are the cleanest and the neatest and show the best face or side of a drug.
In March of 2009, he put Chris Nelson on the trial.
I was like, are you crazy? I was asking Dr. Flaherty, was he completely crazy, and did he lose his mind somewhere?
After taking the first pills, 2 weeks, he was eating, drinking, walking.
His jaundice was gone. His lab values were normal. It was like a miracle.
For the Nelson family, Chris had come back to life.
It makes you appreciate things more. Just being with the kids. The little things that you just, overlook. My daughter wants to play a game. We'll do it later. There's only so many laters.
And in Oklahoma City, a healthy Carrie Adams was expanding her social circles.
Meeting more new people and, really just kind of broadening myself out, I would say. Really open myself up more.
In part 3, the drug had given them new life, but how long could it last?